Hey guys, you're welcome back to this channel. I hope the last video was helpful to you. Today we're going to be talking about apathy. Apathy is basically what people seem to know as loss of enthusiasm or lack of enthusiasm, loss of interest in things that used to be interesting to you, passivity, uninterestedness, lack of concern, and a lot. But basically, it is the absence of feeling or emotions, okay, that used to be there. Of course, the feeling and emotions were there before, and then all of a sudden they are no longer there. You don't feel like doing things that you would ordinarily do. You don't seem to be interested in things that you ordinarily would be interested in. Or is basically the absence of feeling or emotion. And you know, our emotions are part of who we are, part of our personality. So if you are unable to express emotion, it is going to impact on your personality, on your identity. Why is apathy important as a topic? Apathy is important because it could be a sign of something more serious. It could be a sign of something life-threatening, and of course, the impact it has on our personalities and on our identities might reduce our productivity, reduce our goals, the attainment of our goals, and it's actually not a positive thing. To be apathetic is not a positive thing. Now, what are the signs of apathy? What are the signs that show that you are apathetic or what you're feeling is apathy? So the first sign is that ordinarily you would be interested in something, but all of a sudden you lose interest in it. It could be a hobby, it could be social activities, it could be social interaction, mingling with people, it could be something that you used to love, maybe art, music or something, and all of a sudden there's loss of interest. The thing with apathy is it could be a sign, like I said earlier, that something is wrong. It could be a sign of a more serious problem. For example, depression. Depression can actually cause you to be apathetic towards many things. So the lack of interest in things that you ordinarily would be interested in is one sign of apathy. I remember there was a time I spoke about my journey, postpartum depression, and how I was able to handle postpartum depression. And please, if you've not watched it, I'll put it somewhere here. If you've not seen the video on how I dealt with postpartum depression, please feel free to watch. I'll put it here, somewhere here or here. And I was able to let you in on some of the things I felt, such as not wanting to get out of bed. This is something you should do. You should get out of bed for you to be able to achieve your daily activities. You cannot achieve them in bed. And how I did not feel like getting out of bed, how I did not feel like talking to people, how the phone calls will come, but I wouldn't want to pick them. I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to be in my shell. I just wanted to be in a corner. I didn't want to go around the house. I just wanted to be in one place. And it was apathy, and it was a sign of depression. So not wanting to do things that you ordinarily would do is one of the signs that you are pathetic. So the second is you require more energy, you require more strength, you require more push to accomplish tasks, your everyday tasks that used to be very easy for you to accomplish. Okay, take for instance, you are at work and you have a to-do list, and you have like 10 items on your to-do list, and ordinarily it will take you maybe 2 hours to achieve that. You might not, when you are pathetic, you might not be able to achieve one out of those tasks. You might not achieve any of them at the end of the day because the zeal, the push, the energy is just not there. Okay, so it's also a sign that, sometimes that it is also a sign that you are apathetic. So it just happens that you are struggling there's a struggle, you need an extra push. Sometimes you might even need this push from external people. And the third is that you might depend on people for your tasks to be accomplished. If you're in a team and you're experiencing apathy, your teammates might end up accomplishing the tasks that you should accomplish together, because you end up not contributing anything to the team. So that's why I say apathy actually changes your personality. It actually could ruin relationships, and that's not good for your mental health, because for you to be mentally sound, your relationships have to actually be a source of maybe inspiration or joy or help or any thing you're looking for in a relationship. It should be something that positively impacts on your mental health. So if you're not able to accomplish your tasks, chances are that your team members will become worried about you, and it's going to affect your relationship with your team members, especially when you are not coming forth with reasons, tangible reasons why you are not able to accomplish tasks. And even no matter how tangible these reasons are, you might run out of them in due time, and you won't have any other reason to give your team members for not being productive in the team. So another reason why apathy could be what you're feeling is that you feel very little emotions. You are numb. You don't feel anything. You just feel like, oh, people are making a jest, people are laughing, people are happy, or people are crying, and you just feel numb. You can actually experience that in grief or loss or disappointment. You just see yourself just staring into space or just looking at people, and you're wondering why they are feeling what they are feeling, because you don't feel the same way. You don't feel any emotion. You don't feel like crying. You don't feel like laughing, and they are just, they look funny to you. So it is one sign that apathy is what it is. So the thing with apathy is that you can't really tell what time it to come, what time it to go. It fluctuates. It could go and return. It could be there for a while, so you can't really say. But it is important to watch out for the signs and be able to identify that this is what is happening to you, and find how you can tackle apathy. It could be, caused by some illnesses. There are some illnesses that can actually predispose you to apathy, and it includes chronic ailments, basically, such as dementia, schizophrenia, stroke, maybe like Alzheimer's disease that comes with senile dementia and all that. So it could also be as a result of situations that you're experiencing or you experience, such as heartbreak, disappointment, setbacks, failure. So these things could make you want to form a shell around you. For example, if you've been disappointed by someone who is very dear to you, who you trusted so much, and you have lost hope in humanity, you're most likely going to be apathetic towards a lot of things, because the person you were holding on to as someone who used to be your all in all, or someone who was supposed not to fail you, ended up failing you. So you form a cocoon, you form like a shield around yourself, and you become apathetic. Chances are that if it was a love affair, you were going to find it difficult having subsequent ones. Maybe even if you do, you might not put in your best or put in your all like you did, because you feel it will be futile like it was in the past. So these are, like I said, affect relationships and affect your mental health. How do we tackle apathy? How is it diagnosed? So the thing with diagnosis of apathy is that there is really no clear-cut way of diagnosing it. It's really not cast on stone, but your therapist or your doctor, that's why it's always good to speak with your doctor is going to ask you a lot of questions. Your mental health therapist, your specialist will ask you some questions, such as the duration, the symptoms that you feel, how often it comes, and the triggers. They can take you through the causes or what predisposed you to it, and in finding out what it was, they can now work their way through helping you to find ways to forget about it and heal, recover. Sometimes you might need medications, but not in all cases. In some cases, it might just be adjustment. You could be advised to stay away from certain things, certain kinds of food, or if it is as a result of an ailment, you could be reviewed for adherence to your medications and be advised to become more adherent to your medications. Secondly, you could be advised to learn new hobbies, discover new interests, maybe such as art or music or things that you think you would love. Maybe you might also be encouraged to leave your comfort zone, push through and interact with people. You could also be encouraged to adjust, fit into new coping mechanisms. You could also be advised by your therapist to eat healthy, because of course, if you're someone who wants to take alcohol, it might provide temporary relief, but it's not going to solve your problem. So you'll be advised against alcohol and to eat healthy food, to stay hydrated, drink lots of water, and of course have a supportive social system, a supportive framework around you that will help you get through these things when they come. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through some people's experiences. We're able to speak with people and find out at what point they felt apathetic and how they were able to handle it. So guys, let's take a walk. Yes, I've actually experienced apathy.
Yes, I have experienced apathy before.
Yes, I've actually had an experience.
I wasn't sleeping, I couldn't eat, I couldn't speak to anyone on the phone. Either my phone was switched off, or if it was on, I wouldn't pick any calls if anyone was calling. I was always lying down. I was not enjoying nothing. Even eating sweets was not interesting to me. Watching movies, which I love, I couldn't even do. I was just sleeping day in, day out. I wonder how I was even surviving.
I would say it would be miscarriages. So it happened such that at some point I felt I could no longer go out. I felt that what's the point trying to keep trying and keep trying, so just let it fly. And it also affected my social life.
When it felt like I wasn't moving forward career-wise, I was just stuck at one point, and then just uninterested actually. So I noticed what I had passion for, it wasn't there. I just wanted to stay home and just snuggle in bed and just not interested in outside life.
I got into that situation or that feeling because, let's just say, I had set some goals for myself and I had a lot of pressure on me to achieve those goals, and I was not able to achieve that goal. In fact, I got a particular, some news telling me that, this thing I was trying to do was not going to work at that time, and that's how I just fell straight into it. Oh my God, it was not a funny time in my life.
So I had a friend who once told me that, hey, pick yourself up and then let's go out. So I tried to enjoy the things I used to enjoy before.
I just had to decide to take stock of my life and try to think of a way to move forward. I had people so worried that I had friends traveling across state lines to come and actually check on me. Yes, that actually happened. Eventually, when I started snapping out of it, a lot of people were reaching out to me saying, oh, they thought I was pregnant, or I had contracted something. It was really funny. So I realized that I had been worrying a lot of people because of how I had totally switched off. So I had to talk to myself to snap out of it. So eventually, yes, I decided to start talking to people about it. That was the thing that actually brought me out of that situation. I decided to start talking to people about what the problem was, what put me in that situation, and with counseling, the words of encouragement, I was eventually able to get out of that situation.
When I spoke to friends, and then my mentor actually helped me out, so he advised and told me what and how to go about it, to keep striving, keep pushing, and I think after, it was quite a long time, but after like 2 months I was over it, and almost immediately after just leaving that phase, I actually got the promotion that I always wanted to have.
So please, if you have a problem, talk to someone.
So yes, apathy is something that cannot be escaped in one's life.
In life, I feel that every one of us go through apathy at some point in our life. As long as you keep thriving, there's still times when things happen and it will make you lose interest. So when these things happen, try to see how you can connect back to the things that once make you happy, to the people that you can talk to, and then they bring you out a bit out of your shell. So I just want to say, no matter the situation you find yourself, find time to have fun.